Hello, everyone. This is Shikha Tiwari, and welcome to another episode at You Reinvent. Diwali is around the corner, and we all get into a cleaning, decorating frenzy. And why not? I myself go crazy during Diwali time. While all of us know why we celebrate Diwali because Lord Ram came home on this day, and there are a lot of associated stories with it. But today, I want to delve a little deeper and reinvent the spiritual meaning of Diwali. In fact, unravel the spiritual meaning of existence itself and how a bent towards spirituality can help us not just become better human beings, but also cope with external situations better. And what better time to talk about it because we are, 9 months down the line, we are still in the pandemic. So there is a need to raise our vibrations, to raise our inner self, to give ourselves that mental immunity. Of course, we've been talking about physical immunity and, take zinc and vitamin D and B complex and I don't know what all, which of course is essential for your survival. But I truly believe that if you don't have that mental immunity, if you don't have that resilience to fight isolation, to fight, to have a sense of purpose, to have a sense of connection with other beings in this universe, then it will be very difficult. And Arthur said that never let a crisis go waste. So it's important to learn from it and improve our being or improve our existence. So ways which I identify is to help, which can help you raise your mental immunity, is to be more spiritual, be more connected, be more aware of. And spiritual doesn't it, I mean, thankfully it doesn't relate to any particular religion. You could be part of any religion and yet be spiritual. And
Hmm.
it's about respecting uh, yourself as being as much as the other person and other organisms. So to have this discussion, I have with me here today Miss Alka Saxena. Hi, Alka. Thank you for joining us today. And in fact, thank you for joining us again. Of
It's a pleasure, Shikha, that you have me here in your
course.
channel in this episode. So thank you very much, and happy Diwali to you as well.
Thank you. And to our viewers, just to explain your work a little bit, of course, last time we talked to you about visualization techniques because you're a creative motivational trainer. But today, I have you here in a capacity of a natural and spiritual healer because while you're a IB trained art educator, you're also you've been practicing art therapy, color therapy, chakra healing, visualization, and manifestation techniques. In fact, you also you have a strong bent towards mantra recitation and distant Reiki as some of the healing modalities also. So I thought it would be a nice discussion with you on this topic of, what is it about the cleaning and the lighting of diyas and around Diwali, and of course because it's around Diwali, so we're picking up the context of Diwali, but it's almost related to almost all festivals across religions. There is this celebration, uh, whether we'll have Christmas couple of almost like a month down the line, and so that's also the same thing, decorating and giving gifts and to people. So what is the spiritual meaning of all of these celebrations? Could you share your thoughts there?
So here we are talking about spirituality and how is it related to our special occasions like Diwali.
Hmm.
So I would say that to me, Diwali is all about positivity and negativity. It is about Satya ki Asatya par Vijay.
Right,
It
right.
is about lightness and it is about darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So we are celebrating that.
Mm.
While we are cleaning our houses, we must cleanse our bodies and soul and mind
Mm.
as well. And I
Right.
would say even actions, conscious actions.
Right, right.
While we are lighting up our houses,
Mm.
have we lighted up? Have we increased our auras? which
Mm.
means that your aura if you know aura reading, if you know what auras are, and
Mm.
our viewers, so your aura has a different color if you are thinking positive, if you're
Yes,
thinking good,
I've heard about that. Yeah.
and your aura color changes, it becomes dark
Mm.
and dirty, I would say, when anybody is thinking bad, they're
Negatively.
having bad thoughts, or they are about to do some bad actions.
Right.
So you
Right.
need to clean and light up your aura.
Mm.
Two things are needed. One is we have to raise our sensitivity,
Mm.
and we have to start living consciously.
Consciously.
Everything what you do, you must give it a thought. What
Right.
exactly are we doing, and why are we doing it? Even if we're doing rituals,
Right. Right. Right.
or we are doing some kind of a puja,
Correct.
right? So the kids need to know about this as well.
Yeah.
This is what I think.
Right. Beautifully
So
said. Do you think, people can practice on a daily level to kind of raise their um, awareness, raise their mental immunity, raise their sensitivity towards the whole cosmos? Because, we have established that we are not in this alone.
we are
So,
not, we are not.
what do you think? Because I don't want to go into the religious practices of it, that, get up 5 in the morning and, do a Surya Namaskar. I'm fine with somebody getting up 8 o'clock and still doing the Surya Namaskar, because it's the feeling that matters more than the particular time. Of course, if you're able to do it at 4 and 5, it's always better. But,
Better, but
yeah,
that's not the ultimate time.
it's not, you know, I mean, like 1 and 100. You can be somewhere in the middle also. But the practice of it, the sensitivity, the awareness is more important. So, what do you think people can do?
So since these spiritual practices, these are very simple, basic ones for
Hmm.
kids as well,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and they work on the cell level. And that is the reason, if I must remind you that there's a Garbha Sanskar.
Hmm.
These shlokas and mantras were recited earlier
Right.
because they were working at the cell level. They were
Hmm.
restructuring the cells of
Hmm.
our mind and body.
Hmm.
So this is what all these practices do. See, what are they? What these are, I'll just be telling you.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing would be meditating,
Hmm.
and with soothing music. Then mantra recitation, shloka recitation, then deep breathing exercises. These
Mm-hmm.
are simple things which kids can do.
Hmm.
All ages or age groups can do. Then we have these gratitude prayer at night. This is a very good practice.
Hmm.
You have to make your child, just when the children go for
Go to
bed,
bed. Yeah.
we should be when they go to bed, they should be having a gratitude prayer of whatever they received today, or any
Hmm.
good work, or any praises, or anything good which happened that day.
Right. Right.
Or if we made a mistake, then they must realize that, okay, this was a mistake, and I'll try to make
Hmm.
it better
Better next
next
time.
time.
Hmm.
So that gratitude to
Right.
God, or to just to the universe, just
Right.
like that. You don't have
Yeah.
to name a God for this.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Then there's this motivational storytelling also.
Hmm.
If at all you're telling a story, let it not be the video games which are killing maximum people and then
Yeah.
scoring
Yeah. Yeah.
numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be some motivational story
Yeah.
which you are telling them, or you know there's one more practice which I have done it myself with my students, and that is reflection.
Hmm.
Listening to their views about things.
Hmm.
This is really beneficial,
Hmm.
because whatever happens during the day, if you're asking them to give their views about this, what do you think about this?
Hmm.
And make them feel respected about it,
That
value their
their
thoughts
thoughts
also,
matter. Yeah.
whatever their thoughts are on this. So
Yeah.
these are called reflections.
Hmm.
So, for everything, whatever that we've done together as a family, or even if it's a puja or we've
Hmm.
gone somewhere, let them reflect on things. You
Hmm.
need to open up your heart as well. So, we need to teach our kids also about this, that when we are giving out things, so there should be a slight change of attitude, I must say.
Hmm.
We're
Hmm.
doing
Hmm.
the same things, but in a different way and with
Right.
different understanding.
Yeah.
So we must tell our kids that we are giving this away because somebody needs it. not
Right.
because we don't need
We
it.
don't need it.
I think
That's
parents
beautiful.
need to praise their
Yeah.
words. They should choose their
Choose
words
the word. Yeah.
wisely, sensibly. That
Right.
we are giving this away to somebody who needs it, rather than you telling your kids that, okay, throw this away, keep
We
this
don't
away,
need
we'll
it
give it to
anymore,
somebody.
so we'll give it to somebody. Yeah, I think that's
Yes.
very
So the
much.
message what they are getting,
Yeah.
that's a message. The
Correct.
message which your kids are getting is that you're just giving away things which you don't need. No,
Right.
it's like what others need, we are giving it. And anyway, we can do a lot of charity and donations,
Correct.
right? At these special times like
Hmm.
Diwali. So this one point which is so relevant and very practical as well,
Mm-hmm.
which is when we are teaching them how to trust,
Hmm.
how to have faith in things,
Hmm.
right? So what we can do is, uh, when the kid, in the morning, you can ask your kids to give bajra and some water in a dish or two
Uh-huh.
to the pigeons around, to the birds around.
Right.
Now,
Uh-huh.
what happens? What
Mm-hmm.
happens when for the first few days when your kids are distributing bajra and they are keeping that water bowl
Mm-hmm.
outside on a parapet or probably wherever there's
Hmm.
space, balcony, whatever. The pigeons and the kids are calling out to them, karke bulate. And this is what I do also. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
practical experience which I have seen.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do? So for a few days, the pigeons will not come. As soon as while
You start
you are
calling.
present there, they
Mm-hmm.
will not be coming.
Oh, because
Right?
they're scared. Yeah.
After a few days, they're scared. They're scared. But after a few days, as soon as you keep things there and you're still there, and they
They will come.
start flooding in, start fluttering around you, they're flying all around you. They trust you. They start developing trust
Hmm.
for you. So this is how, and you can tell your kids, see, they trust you, they believe in you, they
Right.
know that you will not hurt them.
Not
So
hurt
this
them.
is one
Right.
practice which is so spiritual, and let the kids see how they are eating and how they are going merrily, around,
Yeah.
fluttering around.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is one practice which is so good.
So important. Yeah. Yeah. No,
So yes,
it's
and it's going to develop trust and faith. This
faith.
is the
Yeah.
first lesson. It's one of the first lessons of trust and faith.
Right. Right. Right.
All these practices, they increase your consciousness.
Right. Yeah, you're very right. I especially like that reflection piece. I think I'd read it somewhere also that, at the end of the day, ask your child three questions that, how was their day and what they could have done better and what they didn't like. So it kind of helps them process, everything that went through the day and not carry on with any negative experience. But
No, it increases their analytical
correct.
powers also.
Right,
They
right,
are able to analyze things
right.
in a proper manner. Mm.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think this is truly what do I say? Um, some of these practices are part of our culture, especially the mantra recitation, and
You could just let it be. Yeah, just switch it on and let it be, and the
the child will
positive
pick up.
effects
Yeah.
of that mantra recitation itself. Even if the child is not reciting it,
Hmm.
but in the background, if it is playing,
It
it's
does have a
already
positive effect.
restructuring the
Yeah.
cells. Yes, it is
Yeah.
soothing and
I
it is
remember.
enriching your soul.
Yeah, when I was carrying my daughter, you know, somebody told me that I should listen to some soothing music, and in fact,
Exactly, Garbha Sanskar.
I
That is
had
the Garbha
yeah,
Sanskar.
I had a friend who was carrying around the same time as I was, and her mother-in-law had told her to read, if I'm not mistaken, Gita or Ramayana or some such texts that during this time, and I think to read Hanuman Chalisa every day of her pregnancy. And the problem is that when we say Hanuman Chalisa or Ramayana or Gita, we get so
Hmm.
caught up in the fact that these are Hindu texts, these are religious texts, and
It's
that's
nothing to do with religion. It
exactly
has everything to do with religion. Yes, religion is is part of it. Definitely, it's coming from some religion.
Right.
But then spirituality is the base of all religions.
Exactly. So I think, what's important is that for us to be able to, before we kind of shun it away as a practice, we need to be able to, if you're not so religious as a person, which I'm not, to be able to filter that and say that, okay, what is the essence of it? What is her mother-in-law or her mother trying to tell her? That read positive motivational texts, and it could, for all it could be a Bill Gates book. I don't care, but it's about,
Exactly.
it's about making a
Exactly.
difference.
It
It's
need not
about,
be religious, but
exactly,
it should strike a chord, with your
exactly,
soul. It should,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
That is
about
what the motive is.
cleaning up your thought process. It's about being positive, and especially when you're carrying a baby, because your sense of being a cat affects your the fetus itself. So and I keep this. In fact, I think almost a year back or something, I wrote an article for someone that should we teach spirituality to our children? And the take I mean, and the angle I took in my article was that you don't need to teach that, you need to practice it, because if you practice it,
Exactly.
your children will kind of pick up.
They'll
They may
pick
not
up.
pick up all the
They'll
five
pick
things,
up.
they'll pick up one. And
Create that environment in your house.
exactly,
Create the environment and let them decide.
yeah,
And they will definitely, because
yeah,
positivity attracts
right, yeah,
positivity.
I
And
mean,
we know the children have such positive and pure aura.
right,
You know,
exactly,
they are the ones who are attracting, getting attracted by all these things.
right, right,
Yes, and they want logic also.
right.
So this is where our sensibility and our understanding comes in. Because when they ask us about the logic of doing something,
Hmm.
then you must be present. You
Aware,
must
yeah,
have the presence of mind and understanding about this topic, so that you're able to give them that
right, right,
right at the to
yeah,
convince them, definitely, and to
beautiful.
leave them with the choice. You
Right.
cannot force things
You
on
cannot
children.
force it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to. And actually, that's what I believe conscious parenting is about in all aspects, not just
let
spirituality. For
that's
everything else, you
in
need
all
to be able to
aspects.
create that environment for your child to, blossom. Because, and thank you, Alka, for, sharing some of the ways deepen that connection. But to my viewers, my plea to you is that, Alka has shared 5, 6 ways of doing that. But you don't have to pick up just those 5, 6. You can just pick up one of those and go with it. The idea is to be more aware, be more conscious of what you're doing, why you're doing it. And even when it comes to Diwali, why you're lighting the diyas. If you're lighting the diyas because it is time for
It's a
Lakshmi
ritual.
Pujan and it has to be done by X time, and okay, abhi to Lakshmi Pujan ho gaya, so wrap up, Diwali is over, then you rather not do it. You know, the idea is that
What's the
you
point?
yeah, you feel
What's the point?
too much of
When you're running in a rat race. Yeah.
exactly. The importance is that you feel the um, um, how do I put it? Feel the emotion, and that applies to everything that you do in life. Whether it is Diwali or no Diwali. Try to use it every single day. So, on that note, from You Reinvent, I wish all of you a very, very happy Diwali, and happy Diwali to you, Alka, and your family, and everybody uh, you meet on a daily basis and on a weekly, annual basis, and may you continue to spread the light. And my appeal to all our viewers is to just be more aware, more alert, and more conscious of this Diwali and the ones coming forward.
No crackers, please.
No crackers, please. Yes. So happy Diwali, everyone.
Happy Diwali.